All right. Good afternoon.
Hello. Welcome to History Loves Company Cemetery. No.
Tombstone Tourism Tour 2021.
It's been a minute.
It has been a minute. We haven't.
Yes. So Tombstone Tourism 2021, and today we are again in the car, and we are going to attempt to follow some old directions from the first 100 years of Cobb County.
Nope. Yeah. Sorry.
And see if we can figure out where some of these cemeteries are.
We've said this before. We have found all of them, but some of them we could not record in because they were locked, and so we are waiting to get permission.
Right.
Also, some of them they're a little overgrown, so we're going to wait until the weather is cooler and everything's a little bit more tapped down.
Yeah, but we're still in the southern part of the county.
Yes.
We're still covering the Smyrna area, so there's a lot of cemeteries in Smyrna.
Yes.
So today we are going to go to the Smyrna Cemetery.
Sarah refers to it as Smyrna Cemetery, Smyrna.
Okay.
This book, first 100
Smyrna,
years.
Yeah. Smyrna Cemetery, Smyrna, which is what we now call the old cemetery.
Yeah, Smyrna Memorial, I think, is another one.
Okay. And then we're also, hopefully,
in another video, we'll go to the new Smyrna.
Yeah, so we'll see if we make it
We
there.
might look very similar in that video. Just saying. Different day for you guys, but same day for us. But, yeah, so the directions.
Okay, tell me where I'm going.
Smyrna Cemetery, Smyrna. That's where you're going.
So, I'm going to start out from the Marietta Square, which we are sitting at now.
Yes.
And I'm just going to go to the cemetery. I'm just going to know magically where it is. Do I click my heels 3 times and say Smyrna Cemetery, Smyrna, and then I appear in Smyrna?
Maybe.
That's it?
So, yeah, so she does say that beginning with Smyrna, sorry, there's my face.
Yes.
Beginning with Smyrna as a starting point, proceed down the Dixie Highway, leaving out Smyrna, go over to Vinings, which we have done. Note the cemeteries between Vinings and Smyrna, which we have done. Then take Smyrna as a starting point. So I think when she says take the Dixie Highway, that means we're going back down Atlanta Road.
Correct. Okay, correct. Yeah.
So that will take us to Smyrna.
Well, that takes us to Smyrna. Yeah. So we just go to Smyrna and it's there. Like, we don't need to look for it. It's going to appear.
Yeah, it is going to appear.
Right.
See, that horn just said it.
Oh, wow. Okay. It's going to appear. So, now should we also
check the 1980?
Okay, let's check the 1980. This is
84-ish.
Cobb County, Georgia Cemeteries, Volume 1 from 1984. Yes. And the old Smyrna Cemetery, is that what I'm looking at?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, this is better.
It is a lot better.
It's telling me it's located. Jeez, people. Don't
no, that's an emergency. That's an important thing.
That's true.
It's an emergency. We can wait.
Yes.
We're good.
Okay. Located in land lot 522, District 17. See,
I should have known that.
There you go. And then that's all it says.
Yeah.
So you should also have on hand a land lot and district map, which we don't have on hand. So we're just gonna go to Smyrna, and it'll appear.
Full disclosure, we do actually know where it is.
Well, because literally you do just go to Smyrna and it appears. Like, you can't.
It is there.
If you're on Atlanta Road.
Yes. Yeah. So we have passed it a couple of times, filming other cemeteries going farther south than downtown Smyrna. So we have passed it. So we're gonna head over there. We want to thank, though, even before we get there, our friends at the Smyrna History Museum and the City of Smyrna for providing us with information.
Yes.
Because it is a city cemetery, just a city-owned cemetery. Just so, yeah. We could not. The information they gave us was
fantastic.
It is. It's like so amazing and helpful, and we're gonna share that information with you guys in just a second. See you soon. All right, we made it.
Hello. It magically appeared as we figured it would. We came to Smyrna on the Dixie Highway, aka Atlanta Road.
It's what's running right behind us.
Yep, that's behind us. And you take a little short little side road. I don't know what this is
called. It's called Memorial Place. It's like a little road, but if you look right back there, that's the History Museum, and then Aunt Fanny's. Yeah. Oh wait, hold on. Am I in the way of Aunt Fanny's?
Wait, can't see.
Hold on.
There you go.
There it is, and it's got some. They're doing some work right there, so they've got some construction caution tape and stuff. But there is the museum. If you haven't been, they have redone it. Amy and I have not had a chance to go over and peruse it with their new exhibits.
Yes,
we haven't had a chance yet.
I know. I want to get over there. And Aunt Fanny's Cabin, for those who may not be familiar, it was, I think, moved to this location from its original spot, but it is, I could be wrong on that.
Yeah,
y'all correct me.
Correct us.
But it was a restaurant, kind of a great Southern food restaurant that everybody loved to go to. However, it was also it's kind of a prime example of, keeping the Old South and the Jim Crow kind of spirit alive, where the servers were really mistreated, and
they
they would wear these
wooden boards that were menus, but it was around their neck, almost not like I don't want to say noose because that's not right, but like a stock, like the stockade.
Like
that kind of thing.
Anyways, there's a long history to that someday we should cover, and we can definitely do that, probably with Jenny, the director of the Smyrna Museum, Jenny Eldridge, and talk with her about that, because it's definitely something that we need to discuss. But yeah, so that's what Aunt Fanny's is.
Yeah.
And
so we're actually like right outside the front gate of the cemetery, and we're gonna move in just a minute.
Show the gate.
Yeah, I wish we had.
On the.
Hold on, let me.
There's a historical trail. Apparently, we haven't been on this.
Make sure I don't get hit.
Okay,
so that's stop number 6, and Smyrna Memorial Cemetery, and at the top there are jonquils, and they do have a couple. I'm gonna get in the shade now. They have a couple of signs, kind of like we do. I'll just show you this first one right here. About the history of this cemetery, and then there's a few other, I think there's 4 maybe in total, but they're going to be in the process of redoing some of theirs, which I hope in Marietta we'll be able to redo some of ours as well. Oh, sorry guys, that's really dark, but you'll probably, that's better.
So I want to point out a couple of things that Jenny sent us. She sent us some wonderful notes based on what they know about the cemetery, and it really saved us a lot of time and research. So
oh, for sure.
Thank you, Jenny. For one thing, the Smyrna Memorial Cemetery, as they call it now, it sits at what is ground zero for the historical center of the city, and I think I found ground zero. Christa doesn't necessarily believe it. Oh yeah,
well, I found the marker, but we don't know what it is.
I stand corrected. You found the marker. I named it.
She's assuming what it is. But I don't know if we can find it again.
Oh, I'll probably find it. Okay. And so an undated black and white photo, she said, looks to be turn of the century, shows an overgrown Smyrna cemetery in the foreground and the Smyrna Academy building in the background. So that would have been back here in this direction.
What direction?
Which is where a church is.
Oh,
I guess in that direction,
kind of in the back.
Yeah, back.
You guys can kind of see the roof line. It's finger. Oop,
yeah,
there you go. Right like that. There you go.
The Smyrna Academy building was built before the Civil War, and it was used to mark the 1 mile radius of Smyrna's city limits when the city was incorporated in 1872. It's a lot younger than I thought it was, to be honest. I was surprised by that. I didn't realize Smyrna was so fresh and young.
Yes, but this cemetery is much older than that.
The cemetery is older, so it was incorporated in 1872. And speaking of, it's the front gates that you just showed. States the origin was 1838 of this cemetery. However, the first deed records only date it from 1843, pointing to the common fact that many of the first real estate exchanges after the 1832 land lottery in Cobb County do not have accompanying records. So
Marietta has the exact same issue.
Yeah, so I'm not sure, maybe they're not sure where the date of 1838 came from, but maybe that's when the first settlers came in, I don't know. But the first one they have documented here is 1843. Back to the little bit of the history of the site. Let's see. It was later used as a school. So this is the Smyrna Academy building. Later used as a school, an early church meeting space, and a Masonic hall. The Corner Taquiera, I'm not sure what that is. That might be what we're smelling.
Maybe.
marks the general location of this building. Oh, we need to find the corner taqueria.
We have lunch.
Yes. Okay. The Methodist campground, which marked the first civic development in the area that would become Smyrna, is also not far from the cemetery. The Methodist Church owned the grounds until 1959, when the cemetery was deeded to the city. And Christa and I think that the church behind her may be the Methodist Church.
Maybe, or there's an older building in front of us, but there might be both. Yeah,
that's true.
Because this cemetery is kind of like a wedge shape. It kind of goes to a point.
Yes. It says the Smyrna Cemetery Commission, chaired by Nancy Hancock, was begun in 1994 as a nonprofit with the purpose to restore the cemetery. They sold commemorative bricks to the community for $50 each to raise funds to repair the cemetery, which you can see lining the pathways. There's some very nice pathways through here.
Yeah, I'll show you some. Oops.
Yeah, show us a brick or two.
Yeah, these aren't engraved, but let me scoot back. There we go.
So the bricks and the historical markers that we see around here date to 94.
Okay, gotcha.
So, are you going to show a brick?
Well, when we walk over, they have more engraved ones than they do over here.
Okay.
I did show the pathway, though.
So another thing, let's show them some of these markers on the ground here that say unknown.
You got it.
Okay. So an archaeological survey was conducted in the 1990s using ground probing methods. And that's basically a long metal rod that they probe into the ground to determine where a burial may be.
You know, we were discussing earlier, I think I need to have my own ground probing
I agree.
hole now. So,
I agree. The city has one. We're going to take it.
Well, no. We should have more than one, and I should have my own.
Yeah, you do need your own probe.
Should have my own
Yes.
metal probe. Well, actually, really, what I really want is ground penetrating radar, but that's a little bit more expensive.
We'll work on that.
You know, goals.
You probably use COVID money for that. I mean...
Probably not, but goals.
So,
ground penetrating
goals.
radar.
Yes.
All right, so let's see.
Well, wait, let me finish.
I'm listening. I know.
Okay.
I'm showing others.
Yeah, okay. So, show the others. The archaeologists hired found a total of 639 burials that were unmarked. Oh, never mind. 639 burials. 239 burials are marked by headstones. So, somebody out there can do the math. 400?
A lot.
That's
Yeah, it's like 400. A lot in this
Others.
area here
Yes.
are these unknowns,
Yeah.
which we're trying to figure out. Again, any city cemetery will have this. The stones don't all go in the same direction, so we're not sure if they did it the best way they could, figuring where the head was versus the feet. So
and some of them are placed kind of near field stones.
Yeah, they are.
They were trying to match them up, which
Maybe.
makes sense. The others were later marked by the Cemetery Commission by placing flat grass marker stones to mark the location of unknown burials. These burials are numbered and sorted by the size of the grave shaft detected. Infant and child burials are assumed to have smaller grave shafts. This is as far as modern-day archaeology can go in identifying unknown graves without excavation or disturbing the graves themselves. But I would also argue, also without great GPR. Ground penetrating radar, because that's a pretty good way. I've worked with that a little bit in the past, and they can tell the size of a burial.
But it's very tough though when you say child, because it could have been a full. I'll use women as an example. A full-grown woman. She just was diminutive in size, because like Queen Victoria wasn't very tall.
Right.
So it's. I'm not saying any of these are wrong. That's not what I'm saying. But when you put child versus adult, you're kind of like, are you 100? You can't be 100%
well,
sure.
No one can be 100% sure either.
But the point really is they're making record that somebody is buried there, which is to me the most important thing, because I know in the Marietta City Cemetery we have a lot of people that aren't recorded in any form that deserve, a marker of some sort.
That's a project, that we'll work on in the future with, when funds become available for that sort of thing, is definitely identifying the unknown graves in the city cemetery, because there definitely are some.
Oh, no,
I don't know. Here's a off the cuff, do you happen to know how many marked graves we have?
It's in the 3,000 somewhere, but
okay.
but like, I do, death certificates, you can really get a good chunk, like right before World War I up until maybe like 1930 that are available to look at. And I have a whole folder full that says
Sure.
Marietta City Cemetery, but they're not tracked on our map.
I bet Smyrna could use that process as well to try to figure out some of them.
Well, it depends on how old these are, because I mean, this cemetery definitely feels much more late 1900s, not late, no, sorry, late 1800s, early 1900s.
Yeah.
So,
Turn of the 20th century.
yeah, like the most recent burial, which she does mention, was former Mayor Harold Smith, who died in May of 2021, and he, I believe, will be the last one.
That's what we've heard.
That in here. So,
So do you? Since we're standing right here.
Oh
You want to look at the first marked burial is Elijah Fleming, and Jenny says his family came from Maryland, and his parents are buried in Sumterville, Alabama. Elijah was born in Clayton County in 1848. His grave marks that he lived to be 45 years, 6 months, and 13 days.
Maybe that's what it says on the other side.
I mean, that says he died in 1848.
Yeah, what about it?
Okay, that's because she says he was born in Clayton County in 1848.
Oh, well, that's okay. She's allowed to make a mistake.
We make mistakes.
No, all the time.
So that
Probably on this video.
Elijah was born probably in Clayton County in 1802. Let's go with that. And his grave marks that he lived to be 45 years, 6 months, and 13
Yeah.
days.
So,
Yeah, this is the first documented one, 1848. The one next to him, probably his wife died in 1856.
that's pretty early too,
That
so.
doesn't make sense. That must, wait a minute, she's born in 1839. This must be a daughter. Oh, it is, father and daughter. If I look below,
See?
there's your sign.
Proof. We make mistakes. And
All
I
the
said it was
time.
going to happen in this video.
All the time.
I knew
So
it.
that's daughter and father. His daughter, unfortunately, dies at age 16. But she's born in 39 and he dies in 48. So she lost him when she was
Yeah.
born as well. So
I wonder where the
sad.
mother is, though.
Very sad. I don't know. Where is Mama Fleming?
I don't know.
Let me see. There's a,
Oh, wait, there's a Fleming right here.
I know baby right here.
Well, that could be.
Oh, yeah.
Hold
that
on.
might be it.
There's a branch here, guys. Sorry, I had to go around that.
Mary Fleming, wife of Elijah.
There we go.
There you
That's kind of
go.
far, though. That's a
We're in
bit.
the corner.
No, they didn't. They
She
gave her a
dies
nice.
in 1879, so she dies. Yeah,
That's a
after
good
both
while.
of them.
Yeah, that's
After-
it.
But she's born in 1802, though. So yeah. So there she is. And then
And
behind
what's
her
the
is one of
Falsey?
the Falsies, and that says Maddie Brown. Born 1851, died 1909. So, and then there's some sort of a
I wonder if
quote under it.
one of the if the Flemings, one of the daughters married a Brown, and that's
Maybe.
why
She's
they're.
next to Missouri.
Yeah,
Missouri
Missouri Brown. We're fans of state names for
Love
children.
it.
So, like, this cemetery though does not have a lot of the Falsies. So that's really like one of the few.
couple.
There's
I
a
did
few,
see one other.
but there's not.
Yeah.
It's not a lot like we've
No.
seen in Maloney Springs,
Right.
Marietta City, even Collins Springs had a number of them. So
I will say this, that there are quite a number of broken headstones. There's also a number of headstones that were broken but have been repaired because the city, I guess they're still
yeah,
using it. What was her name?
it's on her. It's Ashley. Ashley, I forgot your last name, but it's in the paperwork.
It's in here. Oh yeah, City Council did hire Ashley Shares, Director of Preservation at Historic Oakland Cemetery, in June of 2018 to begin restoration of the monuments in critical needs. So obviously that's still a project ongoing, but we are so glad to hear that that is something that they are working on for sure. So we want to.
So we're kind of like right now, kind of in the middle. So it wedges out, kind of points. There it is, towards that way. And then, oh, actually, let me show you a few more of those brick pavers because there's this little pathway.
Oh, yeah,
the
right,
circle at the
here.
end here really has a lot more of those.
Let me know if you find Martin Ruff too. I didn't see him.
Yeah, well, we tried to find, or no, we found it. We tried to go to the Ruff family burying plot, but that's on private property, so we haven't worked on that one yet. So
But
yeah, you
he's
could see
the,
Ruff's Mill.
Yeah, rough smell.
which we did that video and all of you saw it, I know.
Yes.
So
Concord Covered Bridge. That's
yeah, let's.
Yes. Okay. I want to go over to the fallen sign.
Okay, I was just about to say,
Yes.
Amy.
Oh wait.
Wait,
Where's the?
I'm not gonna find it.
I'll find it.
You can find it. We're gonna go over to this sign that has fallen, but it will be put back up, so don't worry about it. Should have brought your metal detector. You keep looking. You go right ahead. So, there we go. See, some are going to be in the process of being fixed, and that is awesome. I'm all about that. You can't always do...
I found it. Turn around. I told you I'd do it.
Dang it.
This
I shouldn't have told her I found it because it was a piece of metal, and you know how she is about finding
a
random
little
pieces
safe.
of it. Okay.
I don't know what this is, but I'm going to, in my fantasy
Right there.
world, decide that that is the center of Smyrna.
Or it's the center of the cemetery.
Or that. But I'm
It's
going
the
to go
center
with
of
the
something.
center of Smyrna and possibly the world.
I'm not going to go with the world, but...
That's it. We have
Okay, so sometimes when you're fixing stones, you can't always do it in certain temperatures just because of the epoxy and stuff used. So, and then Ashley does a lot of work at Oakland, and they're in the midst of renovations too. But before we go to that sign, I want to show them this cut wood one. I love those cut wood
yes.
ones. So this one's a little bit different up here in the front.
There's two next to each other.
They're right next to each
Yeah.
other, but you kind of can't tell from this angle because we're in the shadows. All right, there's Atlanta Road. But yeah, is that JV or W?
JV stand back. Let me see if there's anything on him.
But this one, you guys can see, it's made to look like cut wood. Because it's supposed to mean a life cut short, but he lived kind of, is that 1880 or, I don't know.
It is, he was born in 1830, died
Oh.
in 1905.
That's kind of a good long
His
life.
wife is Permelia.
I love that name.
His inscription says, "They who knew him best will bless his name and keep his memory dear while life shall last."
I like Permelia's
He's
too.
got a CSA, so apparently he was a Confederate soldier. Permelia, wife of JV.
Here's Luella, and then
died in
Charles.
1907.
These are really nice stones. And then you got some people with the finger pointing upward. Direct the soul to heaven. So those are some more stand backs.
These were all really pretty sweet. Like there weren't any like kind of crazy, funny ones that we saw, but they're all really lovely inscriptions. A lot of those.
Yeah, there's...
Taking notes for my own.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
I don't think oh, actually, one more stop before we hit this sign.
Van Bond.
That's a good one. I love this one because it's pretty and it says it's friendly.
Oh, look at that.
Isn't
I
it?
didn't see that
Oh,
one.
well, because I mentioned it and you weren't listening.
Wasn't paying attention.
No. So,
That is so cool.
Marie Anna Friendly.
And look at the top and bottom, how it's really a beautiful white monument. And
Yeah, it
if-
just needs a
if
little cleaning. That's all.
Yeah, if somebody cleaned it off, it would be gorgeous.
But it is so cute.
Anything on
I'm
the
just,
backside?
I don't know. I don't remember.
I don't see that.
Yeah.
Let's see if her notes say
But she's very, very cute. And it's friendly. It is a friendly stone to walk up to. So this little post right here on the ground, with wood signs, things happen. So it just needs to be replaced and fixed. But Amy, tell me the story again about this post.
Well, I'm still
Oh.
looking. I'm looking for friendly. I don't see her. Okay. All right. So this one is
Go.
fabulous. This sign, which at one point was painted, but obviously is not anymore, is okay. Towards the front gate on Memorial Place, near the western point of the cemetery, there is a wooden post and square piece of wood.
Yeah, they saw it.
Yes.
They saw it.
This marks the spot where Joseph A. Cheney's arm is buried. Didn't I say arm before? I said leg.
No.
Okay.
They've got the arm. We've got the leg.
Somebody else said something else. Remember I messed up the appendage somewhere?
Yeah, that was in
Yeah.
one of our videos.
Yeah.
What I told you, it was a leg. Again.
He had an accident with a gun. Some say he was trying to shoot a cottonmouth. Some say he was riding in a buggy with a shotgun on the seat next to him. Oh, and this is He dies in 1954. So this is sometime between 1875 and 1954. Okay, and he lost...
Wait, was he born in 1875?
Yeah.
I would hazard a guess sometime when he was about 16 and older.
Sure.
Maybe a little bit younger, but let's just go with that.
Let's go with that.
I don't think in 1875 he shot his arm off.
You know? All right. He lost part of his right arm. Joe used to visit the burial place of his arm once a month with flowers. How sweet. When he died in 1954, his body was buried in New Smyrna Cemetery on Hawthorne Avenue.
We're going to see if we can find that.
Yeah.
We're going to go there.
And so he is technically buried in 2 cemeteries. That is
just like John Kemp. His legs in Marietta, but his body's in Ackworth. I love it.
You know, it always made me wonder, why didn't they just open that hole back up and put the rest of the body in it?
Maybe the wife's buried in New Smyrna and he's buried. Or actually, my question is, why didn't they exhume the arm and move the arm where the body is? Yeah. That's always my thing.
True.
Like,
true.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's make our way to the corner, because this is actually a very shady cemetery, which I appreciate greatly. Thank you for trees. There are cedars in here. We have noticed cedars. Not as many as Marietta and Maloney Springs, which you guys I know have watched that video as well. So there's some other big trees.
And as we walk around, those unknown plaques are
everywhere. Yeah.
I mean, they're just everywhere. So there
are. But I'm going to use this area as an example, guys. There is space. So here's a few unknowns. But then, oh, there's one. Yeah. Unfortunately, I think with all the rain and stuff, a bunch of them have been covered. But there's some. Oh, actually, there's. What is that one? Is that one right there? Or is that just garbage? That just happens. Don't worry, guys. We'll get it. But yeah, so this is the corner. Is this the Methodist church, Amy? The original one? I know you left your book over on the other side, but it doesn't even have a steeple anymore. So it makes me wonder if behind us, this building that you guys are seeing, that one, is like the new Methodist sanctuary. And then that one is the older one. So, but yeah, we're kind of in the corner. I'll give you a view back the other way. Let's go this way. Turn around. So yeah, it's a very easily walkable cemetery. Mm-hmm. You can go from one end to the other very easily without a problem. There are some tree roots, but it's not like Bethel Baptist where we really were watching where we were stepping, and even kind of like Maloney Springs had a little bit of that. But there's not a lot of holes or anything, so it is very. And Atlanta Road's not that far. It's not super loud either. Mm-mm. But I enjoy being able to walk from one end to the other easily. Do
you want to finish by walking over to Maisie Nelson's site? It's on the other side, but let's go.
That's okay, because I want to talk about a lady.
Oh, okay. Let's go over.
Maisie is who I want to talk about.
Yeah.
And you guys will see in just a second.
Yeah.
This spot right here, that's where Harold Smith, his burial is. Mm-hmm. So kind of towards the back section of the cemetery, back center, I would say. But yeah, I'm really wanting to do probe and ground.
There's not a lot that I've noticed in like the 70s and 80s. I think at that point, we'll have to see when they opened the New Smyrna.
It was like 19 teens, maybe a little bit earlier than that, actually.
I just have a feeling that most people started going over there.
Yeah.
And this was just kind of
whoever the plots. The wood ones that the faux wood ones that I showed you are two of and the friendly one, but I would say everything else is pretty standard to what we've seen.
These wild.
Well, these two, these plants, yeah. Well, this is interesting, Amy.
Ow.
It's because you talked about it. Amy, this says,
yes.
This monument was erected in honor of the deceased by the Alliance of Cobb County.
Oh, that's the one
you were reading earlier.
Yes,
we were discussing that. So
this is for Reverend A.G. Ditsey, born in 1833, departed this life in 1890. And then I'm
going to be careful because I don't want to get bit by this plant that just got her.
Ow.
Walk away.
She dies in 1890. She's also born in 1833. This is Martha, and she dies in 1895. 1885. He's in 1890. These plants aren't that old. I wonder who came and planted
I don't know.
these crazy.
But these probably, if you look at the top, probably had some sort of urn at the top, because if you look at the top of each, there's actually a little piece of rebar. So it probably had something at the top that is no longer there, which is something you find quite often. Those poor little urns just don't make it sometimes. And then also, I have noticed here, if you guys look, where that little white ribbon is, there's actually a tag. So they have tagged all their trees, just like we have in the Marietta City Cemetery. So yay for knowing what trees are what. Don't ask me what they are outside of the cedars, because I don't know. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna take the path. As they say, the road less traveled. Let's take this trail. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to do a video here and she's like distracting me. Yes, it is a ginormous plot. Kind of like the ones we saw in Milford. Which hopefully I'll have played that one by the time you guys see this one. You should be. But as they say on the Haunted Mansion, there's always room for one more. All right, let's go this way. Pathway. I wish I had like a cool little pathway. They need a little sundial in that center. But that's just my opinion. So I'm gonna walk over this way. And some of the flowers that are blooming right now smell so good. It does. I think it's that little white one that we were past.
Oh, that's that gardenia.
Was that it?
Yep, there's a big gardenia.
Oh, yeah. All right, so Maisie over here. She's over in this, not in the corner, but like by this tree in the front. Oh, wait, I want to show Emma.
Oh, yeah, Emma.
Emma's a cool stone, too. Again, it's that wood stuff, faux wood that I love. But look at this. Look at that.
What year Emma died?
I don't know. Is it on the back? I didn't look on the back. But not only is it supposed to look like wood, but the wood cross has a crown on it, which that's legit too.
What does that mean?
A kingdom of heaven, I guess. But look in your notes.
See, I know.
Is there one that says Emma?
This one matches hers.
Oh, it does match. Look at that.
Seen that? It's
Uh-uh.
the matching
Yeah, it
design on
does
it.
match.
Okay. Well, this
Look
is
at
the
that.
family. This is the Bruce family. So
Oh,
let's
Emma
see.
Bruce.
Probably.
And then there's one way in the back, guys. If you can see, it's got an archway over it too. That's awesome.
Emma, born 1857, dies 1893. This is a huge stone in the Bowie family plot that says only Emma. It's believed to be the burial place of Emma Bruce. There you go.
But they're all Bruces, and the Bowies are over that way. I don't know either. That's okay. All right, Maisie. Let's get to Maisie, and then we'll wrap things up. Because again, it's a smaller cemetery, so it doesn't take us as long to walk through from one end to the.
I love the name.
I do too. Big fan of that name.
Crazy Maisie.
No, she's not crazy. Remember what happened last time we said stuff like that?
Okay.
All right, hold on. Sorry, guys. I didn't mean to do that. Maisie Whitfield Nelson. Just across the railroad tracks on Gilbert Street, and she watched Smyrna. She probably saw Marietta grow too, but
Probably did.
Smyrna as well. Smyrna more
It
important.
says, all right, she was born in 1890, dies in 1977, was a native Smyrnan who witnessed a lot of change. She taught at Smyrna High School in the Smyrna Academy building mentioned before. As a young woman, she later served as an insurance saleswoman.
It says that.
for Maisie and the
Yeah.
town librarian.
Yeah.
Mrs. Nelson wrote the first history of Smyrna, titled Past, Present, Future, and she raised the bulk of the funds for the stone arch at the cemetery entrance.
Which we saw
Yes, and
in the beginning.
dun 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 dun.
What?
Look at this. I have a picture of Maisie.
Working
Pictures.
smarter, not harder. Putting it up here so I don't have to like.
Yes. Okay, so this is her. She's. Can you see this?
Well, if you get up closer. Yeah.
Okay, this is, I'll have to look at the year. It's a school picture. I'm guessing it might be at the Smyrna Academy. She is right here in the big hat. She's a tall one. She looks older.
See the teacher?
Is that her? That is her as the teacher. So there you go. She's the big.
You're acting like she's dressing up to be the adult, but it's like she is the adult.
Yeah. So she's because her face looks like a child. Honestly, when they say young, I mean they're not joking. Like she is baby face.
I think that's awesome, though. That means
yes,
life hadn't gotten to her yet.
Woo, that taquiera smells good.
I don't know what it is.
Okay, and then this is a later in life picture. This picture, it says, Mrs. Maisie Nelson stands beneath the new memorial erected at the cemetery. So the front gate that we came through. Yeah. She carried out a one-woman drive to memorialize the burial plot of Smyrna pioneers. Many descendants of early Smyrna settlers attended the dedication, sponsored by Mrs. Nelson, the Legion, I'm guessing the American Legion, the Masons, Azalea Garden Club, and others. So here she is.
Before her death, obviously.
Yes.
There she is.
Yeah. There's Maisie. One thing we didn't mention though, and that brings to mind, she's saving or commemorating, memorializing the early settlers. Do we know where the African Americans were buried in Smyrna?
That I don't know. There are African American church burial grounds in Smyrna, but again, we preface with every video. Sadie Temple clearly stated she went to the white-only cemeteries, but we are.
But if we
researching,
find one, we can still do.
Yeah, we are researching. I have a list.
Yeah.
But
let's find. We'll figure out where they were buried, because also those may be post Civil War.
Yeah.
And so the next question begs: are any enslaved families buried nearby?
Oh, that's
where were they buried?
That's a good question.
Is there any evidence of where they were buried?
Yeah, I don't know.
So we'll have to get back with Jenny on that and see. And
I think actually she is heads up 3 cemeteries. This one, Daniel, which we have not gone to yet, and I believe an African American cemetery, if I remember that correctly. So yeah, we'll talk to her about that one.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna follow up on that. Another one that's somewhere in here, I didn't see her, Edna Verheen Coffer.
Yeah, I don't
know why I printed this out. Oh, she has an
obit that Amy thinks she's gonna read, but it's like this big of font.
The title says "Death of Woman and to Unknown Person." I don't know, but this is how I printed it. I apologize, y'all. Here's my page, and it's like up here, and I can't. If you want to try,
no, you're not even
close.
Where's
the camera?
Right there. We can link to that on it. So
I can't read it. Sorry, y'all. I thought I printed that, and I didn't.
She didn't click on the picture. You're supposed to click on the picture to make it print bigger, but she didn't do that.
Edna must have had an interesting story.
Well, we can link it. That's fine.
Maybe it says in the notes here, Coffer. Let me look up Coffer in Jenny's notes. Let's see.
What? I don't think Jenny did those notes.
Oh, well, she sent them to us.
She sent them to us.
Yes. Coffer. C-O-F.
Yes.
Well, maybe.
But these are mainly she's not.
No,
she's in here. She's in here.
But she's not in the notes. Interesting.
And then so this is Smyrna Memorial. So this is the oldest cemetery for Smyrna. It's very walkable. It's right off of Atlanta Road, off of this memorial place. We parked right next to it. The gate was open. We had permission to come in here anyway. So yeah, come on over and look at it. It's a great cemetery and pretty flat. Like, this one was really easy. So we will see you guys next week for another video in another locale. Nobody knows where. If you were nice enough to give us stars during this video, we greatly appreciate it, even though I'm mentioning it right now.
Yes.
And better late than never. And if you're watching it on YouTube, you can go to our museum store and make a donation as well. So we will see you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.